As we prepare for the start of 2015 and the next phase of the implementation of our BYO program at Oakleigh State School, it is important to reflect on where we have been and where we are going. Research tells us that technology will have the greatest educational impact when utilised within the learning framework of a school in such ways that it becomes a tool of transformation, when it is being used to connect children with their own learning, with each other, and with those outside the classroom walls. Here at Oakleigh State School, our learning framework or pedagogical framework is called TOPS, the Oakleigh Pedagogical Standard. TOPS has been developed by our community over the last 2 years and represents a research-driven framework to highlight the aspects of teaching and learning that we know to have the greatest impact. A true representation of where we are in our journey with our BYO program is a placemat designed to be a guide for teaching and learning in our classrooms. Developed towards the end of our BYO trial in 2014, this placemat shows how technology fits inside our TOPS framework. So what we're going to do now is to look at the TOPS learning placemat more closely and to examine the various aspects of it that make it such an important development in what we're doing at Oakleigh State School to do with devices in our learning framework. So I'm going to look down the left-hand side of the placemat, which displays the various elements of TOPS that we've determined to be the most important aspects to do with teaching and learning at our school. So we've got goal setting, feedback, data and assessment, which have been grouped together. Further down we've got collaboration and relationships, and then below that we've got brain-based learning, differentiation and questioning. And what this placemat does is that it then moves across a continuum which displays Bloom's taxonomy and also the SAMR model. Both of these models are designed to support teachers to select learning activities and to select the technology that is best suited to different activities and outcomes that they are trying to get. There are examples of learning activities as we move along the continuum. So as an example, here we've got a couple of activities within the substitution area of the SAMR model. Students publish their writing, for an example, a narrative in Year 4 English, and then using the app Vocabulary Spelling City, they might upload a personalised list of words and set their own goal of the week. Moving further along that continuum, they might use Showbie, which allows them to receive feedback on a task and then to self-reflect as a result of this feedback. Moving further along, and we're now moving further along the continuum, moving towards more complex tasks, is that they might use an app like Notability to record goals as a result of feedback received via Showbie. And we can keep moving along that continuum until we get to the highest level of complexity when talking about the SAMR model and when talking about Bloom's taxonomy. They might be using an app called Explain Everything, where the teachers can provide feedback and use the inbuilt tools in the app to annotate over the children's work and to record audio comments. Book Creator might also allow the students to demonstrate their understanding in a digital portfolio. For example, they might be creating a multimedia maths portfolio. And moving right down to the final group of TOPS elements, we've got brain-based learning, differentiation and questioning, all grouped together because of their similarities and alignments. And moving along the continuum, we can see that there is an app there called Timeline, which allows the children to create a timeline showing historic events. Moving further along, they might use iBooks, the app iBooks, to research for information using curated information in iBooks. They might then be accessing iTunes U at their own pace, allowing them to work at their own pace through a unit of work. They might be using something like eClicker, which is a student response app, allowing the children to demonstrate their initial understandings of concepts as part of pre-assessment in a unit. Moving right along to the end there, where these students might be planning and producing a persuasive movie or advertisement, and then blogging about a learning event during the week, which means that they're pushing what they're doing out beyond the walls of their classroom. Down towards the bottom of the placemat is an example of a teaching and learning workflow that may occur in a classroom. You can see there that a teacher might start with a demonstration. This might be a discussion or a pre-assessment. It might be the viewing of a movie clip or a simulation. Then they would involve the children in some shared practice. This might involve technology or it might not. The example shown is a mind mapping activity. Guided practice might be the next activity that occurs, where students are collecting information or experiencing the concept with guidance from their teacher. And then we come along further in the workflow where the children might be independently practicing the concept or idea. An example of an app that might be used is Explain Everything. And further along this workflow, we come to sharing or feedback. In summary, we are excited about the next phase of this journey and the learnings and discovery that are sure to occur. Please take the time to browse the website, including the blog page and the document page where you will find this year's handbook, policy, and tip sheets. Thank you.